Hi, welcome to another video. I've been really encouraged by the amount of people that commented on the videos, and we've got 3,500 subscribers. I want to really build that up, of course. But what a lot of people are saying is they like the second-hand stuff, or as I like to call it, pre-owned. Sounds posher, doesn't it? Now, I've come to not Rochdale, don't know where I am, I've been a busy week, Darwin. And here at Lancashire Caravans, no, it's not Lancashire Caravans, get it right. Here at Ribble Valley Caravans, I know the two guys that run this, and they had a place up at Gisborne a few years ago, not too far away from here. Anyway, they moved down here, and it's just in near enough the centre of Darwin. Anyway, it's a lovely day, and they just do use stock, and they're quite picky what they have. But they do sell stuff at the cheaper end. Now, I've been talking to them, and we've been on about the state of the market and all that type of thing, and how things are going. So I've come out here to have a look at two vans that took my eye. One of them being under the Lunar. Yes, it's a Lunar Solaris. Please keep that police helicopter noise down. And also a Swift base camp from 2019. Which is up at around 17,995 and comes with an awning. Which shall we go through first? Now, they've got quite a good selection here, considering that used have been on the how can I put it, short supply. So we've got a few Baileys, but there's quite a few of these vans are sold. But anyway, let's concentrate in the vans. I'm going to have a look at what's a Sprite in Ace here. I'll have a look at that. It's a used Sprite. It's not open anyway, but thankfully, because I've been there, I'm just getting distracted. But anyway, let's have a look first at this Solaris. It's up at 6,995 and it's a 2007. Now, I remember reviewing one of these when they were brand new. Sadly, I remember that quite well, and I was really impressed with them. Now, let's see if they're still impressive all these years on. Now, I've been and asked the guys here about this van, and it's what they call a trade van. So it would normally go through the trade, but they've got it up at 6,995, as I've said. But there is a bit of damp in it, as you'd probably expect of a car in this age, but it's nothing majorly serious. And it can be repaired, no problem at all. But as a lot of dealers do, they don't want to be bothered repairing vans. They just want a van that's pretty much right to go, get it sorted normally, and yeah. But this needs a bit of work to it. Not much, probably around about 700 quid maybe if it was took it into a dealership workshop. But you'd have to shop around and see what people thought. Anyway, let's have a quick look on the outside. Well, the Solaris was classed as limited edition, and Lunar were pretty good at doing this sort of thing, and it came really with a good amount of extras. It came with a barbecue point, an exterior main socket, alloy wheels, and this one has got a mover fitted to it anyway, so that's quite handy. The alloys are in really nice condition. I had a look around before. Now, obviously, over the years, you know, van surfaces tarnish. Not everybody is mad like me and polishes my Caravan. You know, because there's a lot of cleaning there to do. But the main thing what you're looking for, obviously, is any seals or anything like that needs looking at, and any damaged panels, because obviously getting panels replaced is no easy thing. So there's a bit of damp coming in this back end somewhere apparently. Nothing too serious. So if you were very good at DIY, and I do mean very good at DIY, and you could put it somewhere, then fine, you can get that done. And you've got yourself a van here for 7k and whatever you want to spend on it to repair it. Now, all your outlets here for your wastewater, and again, alloy on this side, decent tyres look okay. But you've got to remember, this is no anything like Aldi heating, but you wouldn't expect it. Probably on a van this stage, I'd probably want to check the pads on the old AKS hitch there to see if they need replacing. I'm not quite sure how much those are. I'm not sure, about 30-40 quid for the pads or something. It might be a bit more. I'm not all that well up on that sort of DIY stuff, because I don't believe caravans should be having a lot of DIY done to them on that score, you know, the newer ones especially. But I mean, regarding the damp in this, it shouldn't be too big of a job, so the dealer said. But on the whole it looks okay. But anyway, proof is in the eating of the pudding. Right, well, here I am, going to get into the Solaris. Now I've got to just adjust the camera because it's a bit, you know, camera DSLR is heavier than a GoPro. But anyway, let's not discuss that. So yes, you're looking at me still. We're inside the Solaris, and straight away you can tell this van is an older van. But even in the day, in 2007, this is a very traditional Caravan. But it's nice, it's got that nice bits of wood on and this edging and things like that. And do you know what, the upholstery and everything is absolutely original. I'm just on a quick look here around, but we'll have a detailed look again in a minute. Now I think whoever's had this has looked after this van over the years. And I think there's actually even comes a tea. I think someone's actually left the telly in here as well. So a quick look around. Look at that, left the telly in. That's good of them. But anyway, let's have a review of this used van, and I'll see some of the features. Okay, let's start off with the lounge. We always do. Right, now I've been sat on these seats here for about 5-10 minutes, and yes, you know, as you can imagine, the support isn't quite as it used to be, but even so, it's still comfortable all the same. It's all original. Got your scatter cushions and stuff, and remember, this was like, you know, Lunar's limited edition. There's mains lighting in this. There's also a CD radio player, plenty of locker storage. Now these are two short settees, so you're not going to be able to like spread out on there. But anyway, this makes it into a double. But let's have a look what else there is. Now there's a blown air outlet there for the Truma heating, and there's some nifty spot lamps there, and the speakers are under here, which is where I always think it should be on a van like this. And again, all lockers and everything, all okay. As I say, it's a slatted base for the bed. You've got your little table here. You know, for its age, this is in, you know, apart from that little bit of damp at the back, this is in really nice condition. It has been looked after, and it's a shame that you know, that it has got that little bit of damp. Now, what I always think about Lunars is they were always spacious inside, and this is no exception. Above here you've got the, not the hikey one, there's a Rimor one, roof vent, which Bailey used to use in Avondale. I had one in my, which van was it now? I'm not sure if it was my Pageant Champagne actually, Series 5. Not a problem with them, they're decent enough. But most chose a hikey, most manufacturers. Obviously, fire screens and blinds. They're undamaged. I had a quick look around before, and someone's added a light here, but I think that's the mains light as well they've added. But on the whole, this van is looking really in good condition. So let's have a look at the kitchen area and the side dresser. Right, these are all the controls. Oh, look, there's the TV control. I don't know what that is. It's sort of like a skirt for an awning, maybe. I'm not sure. The controls for the mover, and the old fire extinguisher there, which of course you must check the dates on them, make sure that they're still current. And yes, this is an alarm. It's an old-fashioned key alarm type thing, but hey, you've got an alarm on here. The Truma heater, of course, which is obviously dual fuel, and good storage space. A little bit of wear on there, but nothing, you know, heck, we're talking 2007. Nice big deep window here, and again, more locker storage above. And this is where you put the telly if you were going to watch it in the lounge area. But plenty of cupboard space, plenty of worktop. And again, in really nice order. But loads of space that's here. Loads of space to walk. So if someone's at the kitchen, not a problem. So we can walk around, that's great. When it comes to the oven, it's not a dual fuel. It's just a normal 3-burner hob. A little bit of a surprise there, really, with it being a limited edition, but it's no hardship. Electrolux fridge, of course. Utensil drawer, some spare keys, nice big sink. Same sink actually I've got in my and tap actually as I've got in my Ranger. Socket there, window here, and again some good downlighters. And there's a microwave in here as well. I'm pretty sure that those were standard at the time. Now again, condition wise, you can't knock it at all. Oh, mustn't forget this is where your freestanding table is. And the floor is sound as well. There's no delaminated as far as I can. Not that I had any problems with Lunars with doing that. I've hardly done a Lunar where it's had a spongy floor. Nice big wardrobe. Status TV aerial in there as well. The adjustable one, so again, not the older model than that. Drawers at the bottom here. This feels a really tidy van. So, decent kitchen, and as well, you got the Omnivent to get rid of all those nasty cooking smells, which I'm sure when your wife's cooking or you're cooking, it's delicious. Right, let's go into this back bedroom and see what's in there. Right, now, decent sized double bed this. Again, storage above, and the mattress, again, I sat on it just before and it felt absolutely fine. It doesn't feel like it's been used a lot, and generally again it's all been looked after. Plenty again storage locker there, and as I said before, they've even left the telly there as we saw the controls for it. Plus you don't get a high key roof vent or the Rimmo one here, you just get the normal high key roof vent in there. So, but it lets in plenty of light. You've got that big window, and you've got spot lamps here just above your bed, and those handy little shelves. Now, of course, what we're going to do, we're going to do the wash area as well at the same time. Look at the sink here. Yes, it's lost some of its sheen. It's gone to, it's getting on a little bit now. Massive big mirror, as you can see, me in it, and again, good cupboard storage beneath. Another outlet there for the blown air heater system, and concertina partition. Again, more lighting at the top. Lunar were very good at their lighting. I always used to love Lunar's lighting because a bit like Coachman, always had good lighting, and Bailey in all fairness. I could keep going on, but I won't. Good to get in, handy little shelves here. Now, washroom of course is small. It's not obviously an end washroom. As we said, there is a bit of damp in this far corner, but it's repairable, and to be quite honest, you know, this has been well looked after. It's an electric flush loo in there, swivel cassette loo. You've got some shower doors, so you know, no curtain, but it's in all good order, and you've got a big width side window there too. Now, I think if I had this van, I wouldn't be using the shower anyway. I'd be on a site where I just wouldn't use it. I'd just use that just for loos and emergencies, really. But it's alright if you want to use it as a shower, as it was designed to be done. Right, so this van is really looking good for the money, even with that little damp patch there, which I've been told probably cost about 700 or 800 quid to have it done at a service centre. Cheaper, you could find it to be done cheaper, and obviously yourself if you were, as I say, good at doing stuff like that. Otherwise, leave well alone. As I said, don't encourage DIY for normal people, to be quite honest, like me, because you know, if I started touching Caravan brakes, the Caravan never stop, and I don't mind admitting that. but I know some people don't like to be beaten. Right, let's have a quick summary. Well, being back into the Solaris brings back memories of these vans, how good they were. They only did a couple in the range. I think they did a couple of twin axles as well, if memory serves. But as I say, this is a very spacious tourer, and for two people there's acres of space, to be quite honest. And it's so heavyweight either. I can't remember what the weights were on these, probably less than 1500 kilos quite easily, probably around about the 1450 mark, but I'll put that up at the end of the video. But do you know what, it really does, I could feel at home in this Caravan. Why not? And I've said to you before, look, if you don't have a new Caravan, does it really matter? As long as you enjoy it, as long as it's safe to tow and to use, it doesn't matter what the age of the Caravan is, because Caravan is not all about that, not in my books anyway. It's not who's got the latest. I've got a 14-year-old van now, it's the oldest Caravan I've ever had. Hopefully I'll get out to use it at some stage, but there's a lot of other pressures going on. I've not had a chance to use it, and affordability as well, with the cost of sites and things. We've got to take that into consideration. But for $6,995, and probably if you really did a bit of hard-nosed bargaining, you might get a few £100 knocked off that, which would go towards, of course, the damp in the back there. I couldn't really see any signs of the damp. Usually you can tell by the wallboard if it's got like a grey look on it, patch on it, that sort of thing. But I mean, like any Caravan of this age, you've got to look for things that are dropping to pieces, you know, especially if they've had hard use. But I would say this Caravan has had a really good lot of, if it's had several owners, it's had several owners who have looked after this Caravan. Yeah, really impressed with it actually. Yeah, bit of TLC on those windows, soon bring those up. As I say, look out for the video on cleaning your Caravan windows of mine on this channel. And just don't forget as well, before I do pop off, sorry about the camera a bit there, don't forget as well is that there's about 300, I think it's about 300 videos we've got on the channel. And people say, oh, have you done a video on such thing? And I say, yes I have. Oh right, have you? When? Go to the top of the channel's main page, look onto videos on the side there, and it will come up with all the videos, and you can just scroll through all the videos there, and it takes you right back to the cringy first 2018 one where I was introducing myself, which looked rather serious, and do you know I've written all these books and all this sort of thing. And yeah, I'm going to do a new one of those for new people on the channel actually. I'm going to do a new introductory because that one's a bit wooden, and it was a first attempt. It was a friend of mine who kept saying to me, you must get a YouTube channel going. He'd been on to me for 3 or 4 years at least about doing this, and I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And he said, there's a lot of twaddle on there. There's a lot of people out there giving really duff advice on caravans. He said, I don't know much about caravans. I've only heard you talk, and I've been with you. And he said, just think you should be spreading that knowledge. So anyway, that's that. So from my Lunar Solaris, I shall go and do another used, another pre-loved used tourer. I'll see you on the next video. Please keep subscribing, please keep giving your comments. Thank you very much.